Hi there, welcome to my channel again today. I thank you for choosing you to become better. It's you, not me, and to learn how to live life better. I honor you from the bottom of my heart because that's what this channel is all about, showing you ways to be better in our everyday lives. I wish I had stuff like this in my time. Right? So what I do is do exactly what I wish that I had and talk about such. In today's video, we're talking about the silent pressure to always getting things right. You know, the perfect post, the perfect plan, the perfect version of you, the perfect vision. Perfectionism doesn't push you forward, actually. It keeps you stuck. You're stuck in self-doubt, you're in procrastination, and you're stuck in burnout. Are you constantly tweaking, overthinking, never feeling like it's good enough? Perfectionism wears a mask of excellence, but underneath it's fear in disguise. It is. But here's the truth. Progress beats perfect every single time. Progress beats perfect every single time. And if you're ready to stop living in performance mode and start living in freedom, then let's dive in. Today, we're talking about how the perfectionism trap keeps you stuck. Perfectionism is often a mask for fear of failure or success. We avoid taking action because we believe it must be perfect. But what if perfectionism or perfection is the very thing that is keeping you stuck? What if? When you wait for everything to be perfect, you miss out on opportunities that are ready for you right now. And that's a bit heavy to say, to be honest, because, you know, at some point also, I used to think, oh, it's got to be perfect. But you know, when you're getting ready to get ready, 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 at some point, the ready starts to slow down to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, to... That's what happens. So we have perfected the art of let's do this, and then let's tweak, let's change, you know, when I was writing my third book, and this is it, by the way, The Transformed You, I'll talk about it a little bit later. I changed that book, I'm sure, up to 10 times. I will edit. I will say, no, this is not good enough. Let's change this. Let's remove this. One day, I said to myself, this is the edit that is going out. Whatever it is, this is the final version. Final version, I'm not adding anything to it again. Because if there's more to add, I'll write another book. Maybe I'll do part 2, The Transformed You 10x, something. I can do different versions of it, but I will stop now tweaking this book because it's great the way it is, and I can only progress from here. And so I sent the book out to a couple of people, asked them to read it and do me like a preamble. And I sent the book to my mom as well, who is one of my greatest cheerleaders, if not my greatest, and asked her to edit the book for me. And she came back and said to me, this book is a beautiful book. And we're going to be using this book going forward for the trainings that we do together. Everybody needs to have this book. And the person that I sent the book to write the foreword also said to me, he's going to buy many copies of the book and give it to every speaking engagement he goes to. He will take some of the copies there and go and drop it and give it to them and bless them and invest in their lives. That was something that I kept on saying, no, I've got to work on, I've got to tweak it, I've got to remove this comma, add this full stop, let's add this more part. I just said, done. How is that happening in your own life as well? In your relationships? You have to overthink things before you tell people how you really feel. As simple as these 3 words, I love you. You think, what if I tell him? What if he thinks? What if I tell her? What if she thinks? What if they? And at the end of the day, you never get to tell them. The relationship ends before it even starts. I remember saying to somebody, what if that person is only in your life for 5 months? The person's story in your book, in your film, they're only meant to be in your life for 5 months. And you overthought it for 4.5 of the months, only for you to warm up to the person. And then 2 weeks after, the person walks away. what would you say? The person broke your heart, right? But you had 5 months to love the person and you didn't. What other areas of your life are you showing up like that? Where you have to overthink it, over tweak it, over work on it, and at the end of the day, when it's time for you to settle, it's gone. What if we want to do progress over perfection? What if that becomes our mantra? Progress over perfection, because taking messy action is far better than taking no action at all. Perfection is a moving target. Progress is something you can always control. You can see it happen. You can stop, tweak, and keep on moving. But you're moving, you're not stopping at all. Think about the first draft of anything you created, the first draft of this book. Oh my goodness. It started out imperfect, but the process of improving it made it great. But I was taking action, consistent action, until I said, it's time for you to go into the world and bless others. Because the book even started blessing me. I was carrying the book everywhere. When I got the sample copy, I was carrying the book everywhere and reading it in my car. I first read it, and then I said to myself, you have done great work here. It's time for you to send it out. And I had diverse people read it and write a preamble for me, by the way. Different people in different sectors, doctor, different people. They wrote preambles for me in the book. So something must have made it for them, something. What if all you need to do today is just keep on moving? And I ask a lot of questions once again, because questions open your mind and you become curious about finding answers. Statements shut you down. Because if you said, what if my life can be more beautiful than this? Then your mind starts to work on the answers of how your mind can be beautiful. But if you said the statement, my life is such a sham, what is your mind looking out for? So I ask a lot of questions. Now, what if you can embrace your imperfections, your flaws, your mistakes? What if they're imperfections and those imperfections are what make you unique? Don't let them be the ones that will hold you back from your greatness. Because God created you the way He created you for a reason. Michael Jordan, you know him, was cut from his high school basketball team. The famous Michael Jordan of basketball. He was cut from his team. But he didn't give up. He didn't need perfection to succeed. He needed persistence. What are you doing in your life today that is taking away that drive or that move? What are you doing? Because even the Bible says that the righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. So it's not the falling. You can fall 1,000 times. Rising again is what makes you continue in the game. Rising again. You only fail when you stay down on the floor and not rise again. You fall, but get up. Fail, get up. It's a learning. It's a lesson. Take the lessons and move. Fail, it's okay. You fail more, you succeed in more. Because you learn from those failures and you know what not to do again. So I meet people who say, oh, I'm just not ready. You're not ready for what? What's in your hands right now? What's in your hands right now that can teach you that you are good enough just the way you are? Because what happens is that because we're not getting anything to celebrate, we're not getting any wins, we think we're not growing, that nothing is happening. But see, my friends, but you are steadily moving, steadily growing in your way. But you refuse to do anything. If you put on social media now, there's so many people teaching all kinds of things. More than half of them are actually teaching you the wrong things. More than half. Well, guess what? They're out there and people are listening to them. You sit down and say, but I know more than this person. I'm better than this person. I went to school further. I'm a PhD holder. This person's doctor. They dash her. They dash it. You say in quote, you know more. What are you doing with that knowledge? What are you doing with that gift in your hands? Don't get ready to go nowhere. Get up today and make the first move. And my information for you today, I want you to write it down. I embrace imperfection, for it is through my progress that I grow. I embrace imperfection, for it is through my progress that I grow. And your action step today is I want you to choose one project or target that you have been holding off on because it's not perfect yet, in quote. And I want you to take one small step towards it today. It could be a call, it could be a book, it could be a poem, it could be whatever it is that you've been holding back on, because it's not yet, put that not yet and see what that comes, get feedback on it. And then you even know what to tweak, right? And I know that these days I like to end my videos with saying, look, sometimes you're actually not in control of what you're doing. It's your patterns and your paradigms that are leading you. And it's not going to change just because you listen to me today. It's not even going to change just because you listen to me for 1 month. If something has ruled you for 30 years, it will not change in 1 month. Sometimes you've got to do some uprooting. Sometimes you've got to do some deeper healing work and internal exercises to pull those roots out, rather than just coloring the fruits in different colors just by doing surface work. No, we've got to go deeper. So send me a message today and let me help you. Let me show you how to do exactly what I've done and achieve even more than I've achieved. And don't forget my book, The Transformed You. It literally will do exactly what it says on the covers that it will do for you. As a kitten, you will become a roaring lion just by reading this book and reaching out to me to talk to me, so that I can further add to some of the lessons and tools that you're going to get from my book. My name is Adiola Kingsley James. Love and light.